So now I've hooked up a knob to this. So power's coming out of 5-volt line of the Arduino, ground's coming out of the ground line of the Arduino on the side here, and then the center line of the pot is going into A6 on mine. Okay, so first of all, the code, if you watch the previous one, I left room. So it said define pot, it keeps it at 700. I'm going to instead do this as analog read 6. There we go. No semicolon, right? Because it actually takes everywhere where it sees pot and replaces it with this. This isn't a command. Well, this isn't a C command. This is a compiler command. Okay. And so let's turn it on first because it's still running the old code. It should turn blue. I'm going to turn it to view 2 here. Did I flip it on? Yep, there it goes. It's blue. Cool. Okay. I'm going to hit upload now. But real quick, I'm going to hit reset so we remember what it did here. There we go. Okay. So kind of fun, flickering blue, but now we can actually change it with the knob here. So now it's red, but as I turn the knob, it actually changes colors, so I can choose the color by the knob itself. It still has a flicker effect. All right, so let's go over to the code here. So every 120 milliseconds, it changes the fade, so it has this sort of pulsing thing. Okay, but as I change this, the knob here, as I turn the knob, it's actually changing colors. So it's red, yellow, green, blue, purple, back to red. Okay? So kind of cool. I can change it with the knob. Let's add a little bit cooler of an effect. So first of all, this beginning part where it grows, I'm just going to comment this out. Okay? Right-click comment. Okay? Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up a timer because it's time to do some serious like usable coding. Okay? So long unsigned timer. Okay? And then long unsigned. Let's do a cascade timer. There we go. Okay, so first thing in the loop. Oh, let's also get rid of everything in the loop. Let's clean this up. Okay, so timer equals millis. So grab the milliseconds that the thing's been running and set it to timer. So if timer is greater than millis, oops, sorry. If timer is greater than cascade timer, there we go. First of all, cascade timer plus equals, I don't know, we'll do 20 for now. Whoops, there we go. Okay, and we're going to run the cascade. No, first we're going to set that pixel. So set pixel. Let's see. So 0, the first pixel, comma, and let's read our knob. So call it pot. That's a defined word. And then a random, let's see, what is it? Random 50 plus 206. Yeah, 49 plus 206 is 255. There we go. And then that parentheses, semicolon. Okay. And we're going to cascade that down. Is it just called cascade? Yeah, void cascade. Cool. And no command, just empty parentheses. And then we'll do a strip.show. So it's going to run this command every 20 milliseconds. So as we change the knob, the color should actually flow up the blade. It's not just going to change the whole blade this time. Now it's going to look like, the pulses and fades are going to come from the bottom of the blade and go up. If we did it right. Let's see how that looks. I'm going to change the view 2 here. There you go. So yeah, we've got all these little pulses. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but I can also change the color. And so now it's slowly filling up with orange. Now it's red, right? And so now as I'm changing it, it's got all these colors pulsing through, and that's actually really cool looking. Cool. Okay. So all I'm doing is changing that first pixel color, right? So this pixel right here, the first one, and then every 20 milliseconds, it's uh it's cascading that pixel. It's shifting them all over one. And so this is actually really fun to play with. Man, it's going to be fun when we hook up the gyroscope to this. So now as you turn it, it will change colors. That's going to come later, though. I'm going to have to actually build like a handle for it and deck all that out. But for now, I can go purple, blue, and purple. Oh, I guess I could also go audio. Like if the bass hits, it turns a color. Boy, there's a lot of possibilities here. Anyways, let's take a look at the code again to make sure you guys understand this. So we have, let's see, just a normal setup, right? Set our LEDs, set the pin out. Okay, everywhere where it says pot, it's going to erase it and replace it with analog read 6. Okay, which the potentiometer here is hooked up to. And that's going to return a value between 0 and 1024. Right? So all the way down is 0, which is red. All the way up is 1023, which is red also. Well, just about red. But boy, it looks pretty red. And then as I move it, I just get these pulses of color down this thing. Okay. And then where you have a timer set up, and so timer equals millis, so it grabs the time that the Arduino's been running in milliseconds. And if it's greater than cascade timer, it adds another 20 milliseconds to cascade timer. It reads a pot and sets a color to that pot and sets a brightness to a random amount to give it sort of this flicker look. We could probably do a better flicker look on this, actually. Maybe we'll go like random 100 plus 156. We'll try that. And then we cascade everything. So we shift everything down one. And then we do a show. So cool thing is, this already starts with all the LEDs off. I'm going to change the view here. So it starts with all the LEDs off, and then it starts shifting that one color down, so it actually grows by itself. But yeah, that's a much better flicker here. Now it actually looks like pulse of light coming from the base. Cool. Then I change the color. Ooh, that was actually a cool green. Boy, it's fun choosing your color on this. We got a purple? We got a purple somewhere, right? Oh yeah, there's a purple. Very purpley purple. Cool. Yeah, this is fun to play with. Anyways, so yeah, this is lightsaber number 2 here with the knob. Thanks for watching. We're going to go a lot deeper.